What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro Duel video, the new Crystal Beast support. It's actually quite good support, a couple of good searches, fusion cards, etc. But still these new cards don't really solve the core problems of Crystal Beast, since you know they have been out for like years and years. A couple of years ago that they got like the new Pendulum monsters. One of them is here in the main deck, like Vanguard, definitely good, but still very slow. And this new support, you know, there's like Rainbow Bridge that searches pretty much everything from the deck. The new fusion card, your Rainbow Overdragon, is like a huge beatstick. Its effect is okay, like banish a Crystal Beast from your graveyard. It will gain some attack equal to the attack of a banished Crystal Beast until the end phase. And you know, you can, I believe, tribute your Rainbow Overdragon itself to send back all the cards on the field back to the deck. That's quite decent, but again, its summoning requirements, 7 Crystal Beasts. Kinda hard, right? Unless there's also the new card, the trap card, Ultimate Crystal Formation, that lets you fusion summon your new Rainbow Overdragon as soon as your opponent destroys any Crystal Beast monster by battle. So then you can immediately flip your trap over, go for the fusion summon by fusioning, or at least by sending 7 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck to the grave. And then that's, you know, saying you have to play like the other not so good Crystal Beast monsters in your deck. Again, the big downside, since those are like pretty much, most of them are like Gem Knight Garnet, right? You don't want to draw them, you want to send them to the graveyard with your fusion summon as quickly as possible, right? This is like a pure Crystal Beast build. Have seen other hybrids, maybe Heroics, Trick Clown also in this, you know, rank 4, but still the core engine is still very vulnerable to disruption. The field spell is super important. All the 2-offs like Crystal Promise, Blessing as well, Beacon also, the one of Crystal Tree, also I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, the design flaw of this card, like when you have 2 free spots and it has like 3 counters on it, you cannot send it to the graveyard to, you know, get those 3 Crystal Beasts. Again, that's not so good. And last, yeah, Crystal Horde, I believe the name is. Again, very good, but again, very slow. You have to wait until your opponent attacks into your Crystal Beast monsters for them to be destroyed. Oh yeah, you can just suicide as well, but you know what I mean. As last, the Solemn Brigade is still in the deck. I eventually dropped a couple of the hand traps like Ash. Okay, you can negate, but it does not destroy, and I prefer the Solemn Brigade of destroying. But yeah, still a rare value, being like a very good draw, at least. It's of course a very good draw card, but it goes against the principle of Crystal Beast, right? But yeah, let's see a few example duels. Okay, a couple of example games. I think I get to start. Yeah, a couple of them are at least playtesting against Dark Magician. I believe True Draco should be in this as well, and Tricksters, if I'm not mistaken. Opening with Pegasus. You know, you want to open with Pegasus, right? Immediately set, at least put another Pegasus or a Ruby Carbuncle to your spell and trap card zone. And I believe I eventually started running with double 3 in the main deck, but eventually dropped it down to 1. You can always search it out with your Rainbow Searcher, and that's of course a 3-off. But 3, either you want to have it in your opening hand or you don't want to draw it, right? Since I think it's only useful in your opening hand. Unless you already have a Pegasus in your hand after that. But anyway, get Carbuncle on the field thanks to Ruins, I believe. You know, the field spell, etc, etc. But then again, okay, it's all fine and dandy if your opponent attacks into your monsters. But you know, your opponent can just very easily and quickly play around those 2 trap cards. Again, if the opponent knows you have them set, or you know, any kind of disruption can, back row disruption can easily bypass those MVPs. That's pretty much it. You know, those trap cards are pretty much MVPs, and still your opponent can just easily play around them. The Utopia, okay, on the field, but you know, Ancient Ruins does have like the nice effect, I believe, of at least having 3 Crystal Beast monsters in your spell and trap card zone. You can like negate spells and traps from the opponent by tributing a Crystal Beast on the field. So that's all cool, but again, needs a lot of setup, and that's, yeah, where cards like Crystal Tree can definitely come in. Another example, Again, he attacks into it, flip over, I believe, the Horde, and then flip over finally the Fusion. One of the only, one of the few moments where I'm actually able to go for the Fusion summon, since again, most of the time the opponent is not going to attack into your monster, or you know, you have to attack into your opponent's monster and then hope that it's being a trap card that your opponent did not destroy it earlier, right? Okay, somewhat sacrificing this possible spell and trap negation here, but that's all good. He doesn't have a Magician's Circle, so that's all fine. He can't really banish anything. But yeah, also activate Vanguard to, you know, protect that Crystal Beast god on my side of the field. But again, okay, everything is still... I believe I drew a card with Ruins during my turn, so I believe that's all fine. Again, I can negate multiple spells and traps from the opponent. I can still negate one due to Pegasus being on the field. But again, the downside of the fact that, you know, your Pendulum Scales are now part of your regular spell and trap card zone, so activating your Vanguard there, you're pretty much sacrificing another back row spot. So again, it kind of hurts this deck. Another example again, yeah, the last one against Dark Magician. That's a good start again, but now going second, that's again very difficult. You need your setup, you need your Pegasus, maybe 3 for some, yeah, for some more searches eventually, right? And maybe setting your trap card, since again, going second, you're losing a turn, right? Anyway, okay, he's going to bench the monster. Again, a good play, and you know, both trap cards here pretty much useless, since again, you're not controlling a monster that can be destroyed by battle, at least by the opponent, and now both traps are kinda useless. And on top of that, he had that Dark Magic attack to blow away the entire back row, and that's easy GG. So again, any kind of disruption, a well-timed Galaxy Cyclone or something like that can definitely hurt the deck. Okay, yeah, eventually, yeah, at this point I was still running the Ashes, prevent the search, but yeah, maybe I should still keep main decking the Ashes, but you have to find a room, maybe drop a couple of the vulnerable Crystal Beast spells and traps, but well, yeah, vulnerable, as in maybe possible dead early game spells and traps is what I mean. Okay, Ref Ruby Carbuncle in the spell and trap card zone, so the field spell is protected of destruction, but we know now after he's dropping the Honesty here, he has a second copy, well, the copy here on the field, so... that's terrible again, since, you know, the Rainbow Over Dragon is now just going to be destroyed, or eventually be destroyed by a battle, at least if I attack, or eventually if he's going to attack. Normal summon Vanguard to search out the one-off Rainbow Dragon in the deck, get it on the field to, you know, hopefully have like still a Beatsick on the field and lure out the Honest. But yeah, both Ring of Destruction and, you know, the Honest that was coming is going to pretty much seal the deal here. Last example against True Dracos, if I'm not mistaken, I got to start. Okay, the field spell search, that's all fine, and then the Crystal Tree, it's either opening with it or, you know, search it out with your Rainbow Searcher. It all works fine, and then I believe I can set up my field spell indeed, so I can negate spells and traps, maximum to 3, depending on, you know, how many Crystal Beasts are going to survive. He plays it out fine, I guess. Yeah, the card of the Demise again. No Ash to negate it, and now he just got 3 free draws, and that's too much, at least too many cards to work with. And on top of that, again, 2 extra draws thanks to Heritage, I believe the name is, and that's too much, right? Definitely too much. And on top of that, he contributes some during my turn, so at any point, he can interrupt my plays. Okay, I can special summon everything on the field again, but at the same time sacrificing a possible spell and trap negation due to the field spell. But, okay, the Carbuncle is the only target to be destroyed by the Heritage. Yeah, go for Acid Golem, try to attack over the Masterpiece. Masterpiece is unaffected by monster effects, I believe, and spells, so even going for that number 41, I believe, it's not going to matter again. Yeah, go for Abundance. Abundance is like, at least during the old school years, one of the win conditions of Crystal Beasts. But now, I think I was forced to use it main phase 2, but again, the Masterpiece being unaffected by spells definitely hurts. He has still, at least he still has 1 Masterpiece on the field. He's going for the second, and maybe I should have gone for, at least search out the other Crystal Beast monsters from my deck, and you know, maybe I top deck into something like a Rainbow Dragon, but still he has Masterpiece to potentially pop a Rainbow Dragon, so it's not going to matter. He's definitely having a lot of outs for it. So the new cards definitely good support. I'm honest, good support for Crystal Beast, but it's not solving the core problems of Crystal Beast. It's definitely one of the archetypes that throughout the ages, throughout the history, I believe it's just one of those archetypes that, okay, it gets new support, but the core problems of this deck is it's just too much for the deck to handle. It has too many core problems to deal with, and yeah, it's definitely not enough to make this deck tier 1 right. And okay, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.